Welcome back. This is Darnamos from Darnamos Dominions, and we are going into turn 14. Um, okay, so we Hirofume searched the Broken Lands but didn't find anything, and this is where I kind of get a little bit tilted because, I mean, this guy's got three paths that are pretty good, and he finds nothing. And this happens more than once. Um, and as a player, getting tilted like that, you'll find that you might not want to search, or it may make you be more desperate for searching higher paths. Um, but over the long run, just keeping this up will keep your gem count high, and you'll eventually get a decent gem count. So this is not a big deal, even though it is sad. It is. It's and the reason it's sad is it's a Dione turn. It's a turn that the Dione could be taking a territory, could be I don't know, building something, creating an item, forging an item, all sorts of different things. So the first place that we're going to be going is to Inutia, where our army is attacking the Indi provinces along with these elephants. Okay, so the elephants are getting peppered by archer fire, which is absolutely wonderful. Um, they're also getting distracted by them, and they're taking a little bit of damage. 64, 52. Not really enough to write home about, though. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so their second form. Okay, and then they get eaten. And this is why I absolutely love this. Love these guys. Their second form is just so powerful against things like elephants. Now, if you see these lights coming down, it's banishment, and that means he's got a priest back here that's banishing my demons, and that's kind of annoying because my magic resist on those guys is very high. I guess my magic resist is high enough that I might be able to just MR negate it. So, um, we come across pretty well on that one. We did lose 3 troops out of my 65, and Kooni lives do matter, and I do need to make sure that I never mind. That's freaking awesome. I'm very ecstatic about this. I absolutely love Yomi from the fact that they can deal with war elephants where most nations can't. So Gold Mountains, not a big. Oh, he's gonna ping that, I guess. I think my partner realized that Arco wasn't very fond of putting down province defense. Even here, it's like it's one province. So he was trying to counter raid by just going in and seeing if it's empty or not. The scout pinged. He had 1 PD in it. Scout went home. The Wind Riders are now attacking my province. Those dirty buggers, and just wrecking face. Oh, okay. So let me do this real quick. I'm really sorry if you got the. Wait, what? No, Gladewood. Gladewood. What? Oh, no, Silver Mark. Okay. So this is the attack on the wait, wasn't there? Okay. So first off, I make a mistake by splitting apart my 2 Dione. I think I should have kept them together. Or my 2 sets of Diome. I guess a Diome and a half. What would you guys define Koichi as? Did I put Koichi in front? I put Koichi in front. Oh my goodness. Women and children first. Oh my. Oh cow. Poor Koichi, who is half the demon he once was. Half? 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 32nd, 64th, 128, 256. He's 1/512th the Dione that he used to be. He's getting sent in first. On the other side, just in case we didn't ping it enough and miss this, we're gonna watch this guy. Body Ethereal, Stygian, Body Ethereal. So it's gonna be hard to kill them. Body Ethereal, Raised Dead, Horde of Skeletons. Okay, so far nothing scary. I mean, the Horde of Skeletons can be scary if they really get on it. We're getting through our buff cycle, so it looks like we're winning so far, because getting through our buff cycle is kind of a victory. Luck, Body Ethereal, oh crap. That is a size 6 Ice Elemental. Those guys can trample, and our guys are only size 4, so they will trample us, and they will deal massive damage. But that's okay, there's only one. Lightning bolt. That's not good. Did we take any damage here, boys? How does he have 50 hit points? Oh, basic is 50. How does he get 50? How does that? Oh, because that guy has the, still has the. Okay. The other thing that's starting to come into effect is we're about to get hit by cataphracts. Boom! And they do nothing to us. They did like 1 damage. So, cool. Good job, Koichi. Eat that cataphract. Okay. And he casts a fire elemental. Now, the way he does that is he casts 1 fire gem in order to raise his fire level to 2, and then a second fire gem to cast the fire elemental. The thing is, he's fatigued out. That fire elemental should be the only one he gets. Now their cataphracts are in retreat, and this looks like we're gonna win. I'm actually kind of getting hopeful here. Our little Dione or our little Onis are doing their job here. And what stinks is that these guys, instead of jumping in, which normally is okay, this time it kind of stinks because I'd like to get rid of these guys right now. But instead they're throwing their javelins. So now my guys are moving forward, and I didn't put these guys to fire. If I remember correctly, I set them to attack rear. And attack rear was the wrong choice because now they're embroiled and they're not going to attack. They're not going to be throwing spears at. And we have our first problem. This is a problem. And he gets pushed back, and he's down to almost half life. He gets pushed back again, and he's still regenning and doing okay. But now this size 6 elemental is out of range. So he's not killing anybody. And while that might be like, yay, you're able to regen up. If I know what's coming next, is there any? I wonder if there's a way to. So he's still fatigued out. Okay. So far it looks good. I don't know how these guys aren't retreating. They're morale 9. They're morale 6. I literally don't. Oh, he's also bleeding. Yeah, I don't know why these guys aren't running. These guys should all be running right now, and it's just bad luck. Okay, so Koichi? Nope, Nikki. Nikki is now jumping in, and now he's fighting the fire or the ice elemental. And he is just getting hammered, and he's not dealing any damage either. At 33, so he just knocked him down a size. So what happens is when you kill them, they just get knocked down from size 6 to 5, and 5 is still larger. So until I kill this next size, I'm toast. In addition, somehow or another, they're getting through my 24 protection and just hammering me still. So the other elemental has come in, but it's only a size 3, so I'm not too worried about that one. It's really, really weird because I'm winning here. And this is not what happened during... Oh, there we go. Okay. So we've got our second elemental coming in, and at this point, this is where it kind of goes south. Okay, he's also got another air elemental in, and these air elementals are very nasty. The lightning swarm does a lot of damage to our guys. So if you see, we're kind of getting pushed around everywhere. I feel like this is not the way it went, though. Okay, demons are coming in. Yeah, this is not how it happened. Oh my goodness, this is not how it happened. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward this so you guys can see how I expected it to happen, because this is totally how I expected it to happen, and I got robbed. But okay, so once again we're getting pushed around by this ice elemental. Poor Koichi is fatigued out. No, I take it back. Is he fatigued out? Oh, okay, maybe this is what happened. Wait, no, what? He just one-shotted that guy. What the heck? Okay, this is not what happened. What happened, it says we got pushed around a whole lot until we just got destroyed. And as you can see, 2 of my Dionis were killed, and poor Koichi was one of them, which really is very sad. it was a disaster. Losing two Dionis in a single turn is just. I mean, even if it was Koichi, who was 1/512th the guy, it still was very sad for me. Whispering Waste is once again he's just raiding. Oh, we went into Gladewood. Okay, this just Wood Elves, Deer Tribe. And then once again, he's just trying to see if there's anybody there. Okay, so yay, we got 74 gold. And when I said I wanted gold, gold events, this is not what I was talking about whatsoever. This makes me very, very sad. And then this is what the good thing that came out of this turn was that we did get the Bandit King. And the Bandit King is going to be really, really powerful for us. And we also got Nikki. Nikki survived, and he became a hero, which is great. And this was our Earth 4 mage, so this is the guy that we kind of wanted to keep alive. So even though we lost, 1 and 512th Dione, it wasn't so bad because at least Nikki stayed alive. The other thing is we baited out all of their gems. All of their gems are gone. We baited them out, and all it cost us was 1 and 1/512th of a Dione. All in all, a good trade. Okay, God darn. Okay, so he's coming back to look all scary. If you see, I don't know if I went over this last turn. I moved over, and I'm gonna start clearing off his cap circle for him. Well, Niflheim is gonna take over Arcocephali. We're continuing to. Sorry, my son. He's sleeping on me, and he keeps waking himself up. So here's hoping that he stays awake or stays asleep. Sorry, my brain's not working. Need to get me some more coffee. Coffee is good. Coffee helps Dominions. I'm going to move this guy up here. I'm going to move him. I'm going to start moving this guy over here and starting to infrastructure this. I realize that this war down here is coming to a close. I know it doesn't seem like it's coming to a close, and I can't really tell you why I feel like it's coming to a close, even though, I mean, like, we do control both their caps. Alma's gone AI. Arco is still kind of in this. But at this point, if you see, he's... Wait, what? What happened to his... Oh, Nifl's attacking Arco. Never mind. I thought that he attacked this and his Wind Riders disappeared. But at this point, I don't know where his Wind Rider... Okay, so maybe those are his two groups of Wind Riders. He's on the defensive. And like I told you, when you're on the defensive, you end up losing the war. And at this point, he's only doing defensive moves. He's taking back the stuff that he lost. And doing so, I mean, he does get the income. So he is getting income from it, and it is necessary to some extent. But it just, he's on his back foot. My partner is now summoning tons of Long Dead, and he's going to march them up to Ulm, and we're going to crack Ulm, and we're going to take it. In the meantime, I'm building a palisades here because I think that this is going to become kind of my Oni pit. I don't know if this was the best choice. Looking back, I probably would have done it differently. I did have 600 gold. I'm making 700 a turn, which is really good for Yomi. And we can see on my graphs, my income is actually higher than Niflheim. So I am doing very, very well. I've got a ton of provinces. It's all in all, I'm doing very, very well. I figure I might as well go on top of that and build the palisades. Now, to be honest, I should have brought him up like that. I should have site searched this area and then built a palisades there with the Dione maybe. And I probably could have done that instead and then build the palisades next turn. But I was trying to get these palisades up as fast as possible because I wanted to... I'm already really big. I want to look non-appetizing. I want other people to see my territory, and I know that Tianchi has a bunch of scouts here. So if I'm building my palisades here, it looks like I'm trying to hide my strength, and so it's kind of like it's that one more step thing. You know, he knows that I know, so therefore I will do this. Or I know that he knows, so I will do, like, I know Tianchi knows my territory, so if I build a bunch of castles in the backfield, he'll start thinking I'm very strong, and therefore won't attack, where if I build something up front, he might think it's, you know, me just trying to posture or me trying to intimidate him. And it would be me intimidating him to some extent, building a bunch of troops in this territory. So we've taken our, okay, I take it back. We didn't negotiate for that territory. I thought we did. And maybe I did, and I can't remember. But we're going to take this province back with the army. We're kind of avoiding this bear tribe. This should be an easy province to take. Down here, we're moving down with this guy. I don't know exactly what that's going to give me. And this is going to start a line of some more slow turns until we crack this fort, and until we crack this fort, we're going to have some slower turns. So on that note, mercenaries, I'm going for the swordsman in 211, which is here. I'm going to buy these mercenaries, and we're going to go kill this thing again. We're going to crack it for reals this time. I'm going to build a horror helmet with this guy and a black steel plate, and actually equip my guys with the construction 2 gear that I should have done. Looking back, if I would have stopped a turn, you know, brought KOICHI back here, KOICHI wasn't going to be part of the battle anyways. Maybe had this guy sight search, so had I can't remember the other Fumi. If I would have had the other guy sight search here, have KOICHI come back home, and then had these guys forge up some gear, maybe brought some army back here, it would have been better off. So let's talk about our hero that we got. Our hero is awesome. We got Blood 2 now, which gives us the opportunity to get deeper into Blood. He's a gem generator of a Blood Slave per month, which is awesome. We could use the free Blood Slaves. And not only that, but our Blood income is kind of trash. It's getting Blood Searchers is going to be very difficult for us. And I could search with this guy now, but something tells me he's going to be doing other things. Now, one sad thing is we really haven't gotten a lot of use out of our Robe of the Magi yet. And maybe this was a mistake, and maybe I could have been, you know, going around site searching. But right now, my turn is pretty tight. And by tight, I mean, like, these guys are move, sneak, forge, research. I guess I could, and he can't wear it. Build, palisade, and move. So all of my mages are all busy doing something right now. And to that extent, I'm really low on mages. It's turn 13 or turn 14, and I don't feel like I've got enough commanders. I don't have enough verbs. I don't have enough guys that do. And because of that, I'm building, you know, indie commanders. I'm building palisades. I'm trying to get things just generally started for late game. Because turn 14, I want more. I want more options. I want more maneuverability, and I don't really have it right now. Okay, so let's move into the next turn. This is turn 14, correct? Yeah. Turn 14, turn 15. Okay, so the war has finally broken out, but again, it's only between Arcocephali and Niflheim, and Niflheim can kind of take out Arcocephali. Now, they can't outraid Arcocephali, but they can definitely win straight up. And Arcocephali said, hey, I can beat you. And they went to Arcocephali. Let's see if Arco can actually beat Nifl Giants. I don't really remember how this thing turned out. Okay, so if you see, my partner, if we want my guess, I'm guessing that he went to Bodyguard. Because these guys are going to, oh, they already did, come to these giants. So you want to bodyguard up these commanders, meaning these big old Nifl giants are just going to be sitting around waiting for the birdies to land and to smush the birdie. And here they come. And if you see, at this point, oh, that guy already died. They only had one guy in range of the commander, and he instantly was killed by those 3 commanders swinging. There is no way that these crappy blessed troops... Okay, oh, what? Okay, some reason... Oh, so he did. He took invulnerability recuperation, but he didn't have either of those until his pretender came online, and he went dormant. And his pretender finally came online, and that's why he went from this really bad reinvigoration morale or reinvig buff into a invulnerability recoup reinvigoration. And I don't see how this invulnerability is going to help him at all. I mean, invulnerability makes you resistance to mundane weapons, but it's only like 10. And not only is it only 10, so like it increases his, yeah, you can see current natural protection against mundane. So he's got 23 protection against mundane. These Nephil giants deal 35 damage. So they're going through the protection anyways. And maybe it'd be good against maybe Lanka, maybe, or maybe Mictlan, maybe, but I don't see it. I don't see it. And not only that, but because he's not holding and attacking, half of his troops are not even getting his bless. So, long story short, I don't see this going well for Arco at this point. Maybe if he had a better bless, maybe if he gets lucky and gives those goads. No, those are spearmen. Ha! He's only got 1 leader for this whole unit. Okay, but either way, no, they weren't on. They were just on hold and attack. Huh. And Arcocephali is defeated, and that is kind of the beginning of the end for Arcocephali. Okay, so this is another way that Niflheim wins battles. Niflheim has a lot of tools and is one of the strongest EA matches or EA factions in the game. They have Nifl Giants, and then they have these Genjas. These Genjas are Gaigas. I call them Genjas. I don't know why. They've got death too, and you can get them into a. Some of them have astral, so you can communion them up. And all this guy's going to do is he's going to cast Animate Skeleton. Now the thing is I think that my partner thought that this guy was going to be only have like 2 PD because he only had 2 PD last time. And I think that he's kind of disrespecting this guy. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will actually win. I don't know. It is starting to win. But the thing is that after 5 casts of Animate Skeleton, the Genja goes asleep and he's gone. Now, if this was anything other than slingers, they would have massacred this force, these skeletons, because all he's bringing is 5 skeletons. But you know, he won, and maybe instead of being disrespectful, he was precise. Yo, no, I take it back. So he did not. He just hired a bunch of slingers, and with the cost of those slingers, he could have pumped up the PD by a lot. He could have pumped this PD up to like 20, and with 20 PD, they would have massacred him. Oh well. Okay, Leisha. Let's see if this one. So he's got his 5 or 6 versus a bunch of PD, and should give him. Yeah, they're gibbed. Okay. And yep, took no losses. I don't exactly know what happened to rest of Arco. Oh, no, this was his big. Okay, so this was his big force of Wind Riders. He's done. Like, this is the end of Arco. The only thing Arco has left are those 5 and a bunch of slingers. I'm sorry I missed that fight in Spoiled, that his two mages and his and 2 slingers somehow didn't beat 10 PD. This stuff is kind of, or it's that 6 PD, sorry. Okay. And then we jump into we're clearing Arcocephali's cap circle for them. Again, just a bunch of heavy infantry. Outside of crippled, like the taking afflictions. Outside of afflictions, I should be set here. And even that, I don't think they're going to be, like, maybe exploding deaths. Ooh, that 15 hit. Oh, and we did it. We got a limp and we got weakened. So as soon as I get cocky and start thinking, yeah, I've got this under control, there's 2 afflictions. And this is why I'm super super worried. So Ulm finally got cracked last turn. One sad thing about not being about doing this in the past, like looking back, is I can't remember what my partner said. He's got 2 warrior smiths here. This is a massacre. He's just gonna go in and just eat everybody's face. The only problem is like how fast these archers are gonna die. That's right. There's a wall there. Is he really just gonna sit here and? That's interesting. But yeah, I can take my word for it. They eventually kill all those guys. They take no losses. We now control Ulm. Game's over for Ulm. To be honest, now that Arcosafali has taken over, what's going to happen here? I told Niflheim, hey, you don't got enough forces here to knock down those walls. I'm going to come up on Arcosafali, and Niflheim's going to move. I want to say he moves on to Rustic Badlands and then ends it all. One thing we didn't talk about, we talked to Pan. We told Pan, first come, first serves with all indie provinces. My partner was more onto the diplomatic scene with Pan than what I was. Pan is a very, very frightening early age matchup, especially now that they made it into turn 15. I find that if they get an early expand that's pretty well and they don't get quickly countered and they don't get teamed up on quickly, they turn into this down here. If you see, he's got a ton of forces. So Pan is actually doing very, very well for themselves. We don't want to pick a fight with them. We want to finish these guys off and turn on Mictlan. That's the goal. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, that's the events. That's the battles for the turn. Let's go over Diplo. We've talked with Pan. They're using my mercenaries to take over these territories. We've talked to Lanka about some of this territory over here, saying like where we want the borders, and hey, we've taken over Ulm, and they now know what's going on. My gem income has gotten me a nice healthy amount of gems, so that when I do start forging, which I'm now doing pretty heavily, I'm going to be doing pretty well for myself. I am reviving a Bane, and this is expensive. Cast Ritual spell. Reviving Bane costs 7 in comparison to the other guy that is like enchantment 1 or 2 that only costs 3 gems. But it's pretty much the only thing I've really got right now. I've got a lot of death gems. I don't have a lot of options, and I don't have a lot of people that are picking up these little guys. And at this point, like, I really, really want these little guys. And you can see, I spent one of these guys, one of my national heroes, had to spend 2 turns to go over and grab him, where he could have been researching, and this cost me 24 research. And, it's going to cost me more than that to end up getting all these other guys. I think there's a stack here. Like, yeah, I picked up these guys this turn. I'm starting to pillage this. This is my first mistake, because I am building a palisade. In addition, I'm starting to build these priests to go out and build temples other places. I had enough money to buy my Dione, which is good news, and I even bought a Bakamona archer for some random reason. I bet it was last turn I probably had an overflow, and I forgot that he was still doing that. I'm patrolling down this the unrest here to try to make a little bit more income. That'll probably get me about from like 33 to like 36. So 3 gold per turn is probably worth this guy's time. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why we weren't going to hit this bear tribe. I think it was just a straight up, I was a coward. Ha! And I probably should have done it. My guy has finished his tour of the south and is now moving back here. I think I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put the fort, and I kind of just had him jumping around everywhere. Arcosafali is now running out of territory in our territory. We're going to eat up the rest of this. His thrice-horned boar is still here, which we're going to have to go eat, and that shouldn't be too hard, especially now that he's decided to just ditch his capital. And I say he being the AI at this point. I don't know if the board didn't attack like here or anything like that. And now I think about it, I thought we took this territory. So he lost this to an event. No events this turn, and that's pretty much it. Looking at research, we are finishing up construction 3 so that we can get I take it back, we didn't have Legions of Steel. Oh my, okay, so that's why we went in and didn't use Legions of Steel. I didn't have it yet. I'm sorry, guys. This spell will dramatically improve our chance of surviving. I think that if I had Legions of Steel, I don't know. I probably should have baited that out and put gear on my guys. That was 100% my mistake. I don't know what I was thinking in that with that regard. I am researching with this guy one turn, and I'm waiting for these guys to come back here. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going to make sure that I have a gigantic freaking army, and then we're going to go jump into Silvermark with that gigantic freaking army. And like, that's a ton of troops. I shouldn't lose here, and if I do, then I don't know. This is what I should have done the first time, and it's a learning experience. You're learning what you can and can't do. I've never played Yomi before, except in like AI matches, and so you can get an idea there, and I think you should test it out. But yeah, I made a mistake. I'll rectify it this time, and then next turn, or maybe turn after that, and turn after this, then you'll be able to see me kill this the way that I should have killed it. And it's turn 15, so we're getting the early game is kind of finishing up, and we're gonna start doing some let's see, move, sneak, move, revive, research. So yeah, we're gonna start looking for gems because our gem income is unacceptable for me at this point. I do have 16. And it's turn 15, so I am keeping up with one of my buddies always told me, like, you want 1 gem per turn, and so that's a good benchmark for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys I hope I get to see you guys in the next episode, and I'll be there when you guys when we get to watch that one. So have a good one. Bye.